Ghanatube so for open some ahudo 8 year. Now odi weni action here the latest, the happenings, the shocks, the happy ones and all that was for Nina Ghanatube so and I was Ebeka 8 personal young wasted time bibiano was for Dimechi Nanya a war on young Kungoti and Bra.
Suleiman Abrahima is a executive director of the Media Foundation for West Africa, and then also with the team at the 4th Estate. They did this investigation into the National Service Scheme's ghost names saga. He's with us in the studio. Sule, appreciate you coming. Good morning to you.
Thank you very much. Good morning. And good morning to all my friends.
Good morning, Sule.
Portions of this story have been reported, but we want to get the full picture. Over to you, Sule.
Well, thank you very much, Alfred. I think that sometime late last year, this whole story came up. There were all manner of attempts to prevent the story from being told. You know, even before the story was aired, a judge granted an injunction against the publication of the story over claims that we hadn't interviewed the persons who were involved when we had given them opportunities in terms of writing letters, speaking to them on phone to say that we are available, and essentially they evading that opportunity given them to be interviewed. And then behind us, they went to court, and the court granted an injunction against the publication, and that took us into elections and all of that. I just want to start by saying that, I mean, of course, people hear of the 4th Estate. The 4th Estate is an investigative journalism project at the Media Foundation for West Africa.
Fantastic.
But because it is doing publications and all of that, sometimes people misconstrue it to be like a different entity or a different organization and all of that. And I think it's important that we put that up. So in this presentation, essentially, I'm going to take you through the numbers and how the scheme was operationalized. And here we see these 5 people, and we put them up because we are talking about the period of President Akufo-Addo. We are not talking about just last year when the story was being told.
Right.
And during that 8-year period, these are the people who were in charge of the scheme. So we had Honorable Mustafa Yusuf, who was the first executive director then, now is DG. He was there until, I think, up to 2020, and then had 2 deputies, Nanabi and Gifty Owari. And then later, after the 2020 election, Mr. Sibe was appointed. Gifty was retained there as deputy, and then had another gentleman as a deputy director at the place. So these are the 5 people who have managed the place since 2017, 2018, all the way to 2024. End of 2024. Now, let's just look at the numbers. I think the recent statement from the presidency was essentially about the 2024-2025 national service year. And that's where the 81,000 figure comes up. But it didn't start just in 2024. So this is the last one.
Yes.
So we put an asterisk there to refer to it as the one that, you know, is contained in the presidency's statement. But it started all the way from the beginning. 2017. Yes. But here's the thing. So if you look at 2017-2018 national service year, the national service, the secretariat always puts out the total number of persons who are eligible for national service that year on the basis of how many students are graduating from the eligible tertiary institutions in the country who will be enrolled for national service. So every year they put out the announcement. So if you look at that year, the very first year of President Akufo-Addo, 2017-2018 national service year, they announced that 91,871 students or graduates are eligible for national service. In the end, 88,939 took up the national service. And all people we've spoken to say that should be the norm, because it's not every graduate coming out of school in that same year who will take up national service. Some will travel abroad, some may, go into private businesses and avoid doing national service, and so on and so forth. And so it's not everyone who graduates in that year who will take up national service. So that year you would see that the number of people eligible, you had fewer, 2,000 less, those who took up their service. And that is what is supposed to be. But the following year, 2018-2019, They said 85,708 people are graduating and are eligible for national service. But see what happened. 135,603 were those who were claimed to have done the service. So a difference of 49,895. So the ghost names started from the second year, 2018-2019.
49,895
yes.
ghost names.
Yes. And these are not our figures. In fact, these are figures presented to the Parliamentary Select Committee on Education last year. So it's not our figures.
The Parliamentary Select Committee had this information?
Yes, they got this.
Okay.
And what surprises us is, if you look at the pattern, I wonder why nobody at that committee asked them that, but how can we have in just 1 year this difference in terms of the numbers? So 2019-2020, they said 77,962 people were eligible. But in the end, they told Parliament that 114,000 did the service. So 36,000 more. 2020-21, they themselves announced to the public 86,000. Then in the end,
there's 86,078 were the eligible personnel.
Yes, these are the graduates coming out from school, from all the eligible schools, you know, our universities, private, public, you know, polytechnics and all of that. The total number, 86,078 people. But in the end, mysteriously, we get 125,000
being deployed.
Being the ones that they say they have deployed. So they got 38,972 more personnel to do the service. From where? We don't know. 2021-2022, they said 81,081. Then they deployed 110,000. So a difference of 29,000. Then the worst started happening. 2022-2023, they themselves said 115,240 people were eligible. But see, they say 179,309. So a difference of 64,000. More than half of the number that they themselves announced. And, I mean, difference of 64,000. Then 2023-2024, they said 122,000. Then they deployed 182,142, a difference of 59,000. And then the very recent one, the handing over notes that they gave, claiming that the total number of people, you know, they have is 180, but in actual sense it's just 98,000 people, and we have a difference of 81,000. So the question I ask is, but why would the parliamentary committee, for example, look at in just 1 year, 81,000 people eligible for national service, and in the following year you have 115,000? How did we get that numbers? You know, then 115, 122, 122, 180. How many new schools were built and how many graduates were coming out, you know, each year? So this is just the figures. Now, if you look at the figures in terms of how much we are losing, so because 2017, 2018, not all people took up, it means that we didn't lose. But that was the very first year of President Akufo-Addo. I think at that time they wanted to weigh and see whether.
That's what I say. It's first year.
First year. So let's do it. Or we haven't learnt about the tricks and all of that. But the first year, if you look at it, the 49,000 out of the 559 allowance that was being paid to candidates every month or to personnel every month, you have 334 million. That is about how much the state would have lost. The following year, 242 million, 261 million.
And you are multiplying based on the amount of the allowance paid.
Yes, allowance paid per month times 12.
Times 12.
Yes.
By this 49,895.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Then the following year, 2022, 2023, 429 million. 23, 24, 513 million. And the 24, 25, which the government has just talked about, remember, but for the arrears that we are told, it means that they would have been paid in October, November, December, and January. And just for the 4 months, we were going to pay to ghosts 234 million.
This for 2024, that's this year?
Yes. So if allowances were being paid on regular basis, so November they would have been paid
December.
October, November, December, and January. They would have been paid. And this is how much would have gone to Ghost.
234.2 million Ghana cedis.
Yes.
Hey.
So the question then is asked, how is all this created? And remember...
And you put that in total, the potential annual financial loss...
Yes, so potential annual financial loss of about 2.2 billion Ghana cedis.
2.2 billion?
Yes. Ghana cedis. Now, you know, before the elections, one of the areas that Dr. Bawumia used to, you know, really highlight as a success story of how the Ghana card has been used to eliminate ghost names was the National Service Authority or National Service Secretariat then.
Yes.
Because he went there and they briefed him that, oh, we have integrated the Ghana card into a new system called the Metric app, and with that, we are able to eliminate any ghost names. And so far, we've kicked out about 14,000. And this is because without a Ghana card, the system would not allow you to enroll.
Yes.
And so to enroll in the scheme, you must have had a Ghana card, which is integrated into the system. So the question is, how then was this whole thing being done? Now, the scheme is, you know, for every year under the current system, the schools that are eligible are supposed to onboard their graduates directly onto the system. So every school has an access to the system. So University of Ghana would say we have, let's say, 5,000 graduates. This is the list. These are the index numbers. You know, so Edugita Maklo 224488, you know, Oliver 33 Martin 2299 So your index number, your program, and your name. So the universities would onboard the list directly, after which they would sign a declaration to say, in the event whatever I have given is false, I will be held liable. So the universities will do that directly. But the Service Secretariat also has the opportunity to enroll persons they call private candidates. And private candidates means persons who should have done national service the previous year or 2 years ago or 3 years ago who didn't do it, and because it's a requirement, are now saying, I want to come and enroll. The requirement is that if you completed UCC in 2021 and you didn't do national service and now you want to do it, you have to come with your certificate, an attestation from UCC, your Ghana card, to prove that indeed you are the one, the university has given you confirmation that yes, this person completed this university and here is the certificate. These are the requirements before they onboard you. So it's clear.
Yes.
But this is how the scheme works. So people sit down, create fake student index numbers, assign them names, assign them universities, and then onboard them as private candidates. So supposedly people who didn't do national service previously. But the question is, how can you have about 49,000 people or 64,000 people in 1 year coming and saying, we didn't do national service previously, but we want to do it now? So if you look at it, for University of Education, and I must say that the schools that they use the most, University of Education Winneba and University for Development Studies, UDS.
UDS and UEW.
Yes, they are the dominant schools.
They are the highest number of the ghost names. Any reason why?
I think that if you look also into the system, about 90% of the names are not, let me say, northern names or Muslim names. And so I don't know why. But whether the cabal is from these regions or whatever it is, I don't know why. But these schools are the dominant ones, but almost every school is used. So if you look at Winneba, this is how they give their index numbers. You know, straight numbers. Like University of Ghana. I went to University of Ghana. So you have straight index figures. You know, so 2244, blah, 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 blah. But look at what they created for people in the system. And thousands of these. I think the first one is basically somebody's Ghana card number.
2021-04003.
You know, no, they begins here.
No,
this is one person's. Sorry, this is one person's index number.
So flip. Yes.
Yes. So 3907 GH slash da 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 da. That's the index number for someone. And then UEW that VLOT da 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 UEW that. So we sent the list to these universities, and they say, no, but we don't know anything. We don't have index numbers like this. So this is University of Education Winneba, and there are thousands and thousands of these. This is Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. They also use just figures, absolute numbers.
Wow.
And look at the fake index, some of the fake index numbers that they've created for assigning students to that university. That these are students who completed K and UST, didn't do national service, and they are now enrolling. And these are all 2022, 2023 national service year. So you have basically maybe a Ghana card number-like system that they use for them. This is University of Cape Coast, another school that they used quite a lot. And Cape Coast has this index numbering that is quite complex, depending on the course you are doing. But see, the same university, they give different patterns of index numbers. Somebody is UCC/this, somebody is SS/that, and so on and so forth. Then you take University for Development Studies. So here, again, they also use the Cape Coast pattern, where your course indicates your index number. So B.Ed, Basic Education, so the person has BES 04, But these are the numbers they use for University for Development Studies. UDSS, EST, some of them don't even have the preface in terms of the course that they are doing. Other universities that were, assigned students fraudulently, UPSA, Valley View University, Dambai College of Education, Tamale Technical University. Now, as a result of the creation of this fake thing, in 2022-2023 service year, for example, we discovered during the analysis that some 226 students had the same name, doing the same program, in the same university, in one academic year.
226
226
students. They had the same name.
Yes, the same name.
Alfredo Kansi. 226
students.
Had the same.
In the same university, doing the same program, in the same academic year.
Alfredo Kansi, University of Ghana.
Yes.
Political Science.
Political Science. 2022-2023. So, and the person's name is Abubakar Fuseni. And the index number given was this. And you have 226 Abubakar Fuseni.
What is his age? What's the age they gave him?
And the age is 59.
59 years.
And this is from the national service system. It's not like somebody telling us or whatever. This is data, scratched from their system, taken from their system. So a 59-year-old Abubakar Fuseni, 226 of them
had the same Abubakar Fuseni.
Yes, doing integrated development studies, University of Development Studies, in the same year. Now, UDS, yesterday I saw posts on social media saying, oh, we don't even do UDS now. We don't do integrated development studies. That program now is with the SD, is it SD Dombo or something, in WA. But this is a creation of some people. They just have to create something and assign a university, So you have 226 students, same name, same program, same university, same academic year. Because when you are perpetrating fraud,
it's well calculated.
Yes. So in the same database, you have persons whose age 90 years, 80 years, 70 years.
So it's not only the 59 years.
No, 59, he's younger. You have persons 90 years. So for example, 93-year-old Nimatu Salifu was listed as a UDS graduate posted to Kiyagi DA Primary School in the Upper West region. Another person, 91-year-old Ruth Abdullahi, supposed graduate of UDS, was posted to another school, Upper East region. 82-year-old Muhammad Ali, another supposed graduate from UDS, posted to Anglican school in Sehuyoso in the Western North region. So if you look at here, so we decided to, from the system, this is the system of the NSS or NSC. So you would see here Muhammadu Ali, and this is the person.
The same picture?
Yes, the same picture, so this is the person in the system. And then you would see where he is posted to. So institution, University for Development Studies, and here would indicate where he's been posted to.
Now see, that 91-year-old Ruth Abdullahi, 91 year.
So here you would see submitted age 82 years, date of birth 1942, 0101. So, and this is in their system. It's not like we put it there. So that, I mean, so
1942.
for Nimatu Salifu and Ruth Abdullah in the system, if we had the time to bring everybody, you will see it like that.
I see.
Now, the other thing that they did was that they said you can only use Ghana card. And that's what they told. Without Ghana card, you can register. But in their own system, you will see people using fake ID cards and manipulated ID cards. Now, you look at here, 44-year-old, the name on this ID card says the person is Ophelia Akorgo. Now, if you look at this picture, it's not even the same person.
Yes.
But they have to just, any ID card they can find, they have to just put it in the system. So this person is Ophelia Akorgo, born in 1983. But here, see, 1980. On the ID card of the person says 1983. In the same system, the person submitted age indicates that 1980. But again, if you look at here, full name, Alasan Salamatu. Alasan Salamatu here, on the card, we have Ophelia Akorgo. So Alasan Salamatu is using Ophelia Akorgo's card, and then you see here status personnel posted.
Wow.
And this is from their system.
Next one. Yes.
So the next one, another incident of fake ID. So this is the person to be posted. Clearly, a lady.
Yes.
Right. I see the ID card used.
It's a man.
Yes, and this is supposed to be the service person's ID card in the system. Now, in the system, it says submitted means of identification, ID type provided. And the instruction is, please upload picture of your Ghana card.
And this is
the Ghana card? This is Bagabaga College of Education. The person is Nymphant Joel Satin. By the way, we've contacted the person with this name, and he's saying that at the time we were in school, we were never doing national service after training college. And even the ID, they've just manipulated it. No. Now, so this is a lady with a man's ID card, Nymphant Joel, but see, full name provided. This is personnel details. Full name, Idrisu Fatimata. Idrisu Fatimata here, Nymphant Joel here, and the person is a different person here. This is from the national, and you see, this is just a screenshot from the National Service database. Again, the same person's ID is used for a different person, Nymphant Joel as the ID name, and is Idrisu Al Hassan in terms of personnel details, and when you go to status, personnel posted.
Wow. Another one
here, 45-year-old lady. The ID card they use, they say, please upload your Ghana card. The Ghana card they put there is Picona Limited, Tamale, somebody's private company, and the ID card for staff.
Interesting.
And Abdullah Asia. But you come to this place where they have personnel details, and the name is Al Hassan Salamatu. The worst of it is we had a guy, a Kenyan called Kwame Donko.
A Kenyan?
Yes.
What if the father is
So here's the explanation. Here's the explanation. So this guy is said to be 72 years in the system.
72 years?
Yes, the Kwame Donko man is said to be 72 years. And then he is posted. So it was quite curious to us. We did a Google reverse image search, and it turned out that this is somebody sitting here somewhere in Kenya. You know, he's a human resource manager at i3 Technologies in Kenya, and his real name is Emmanuel Mutio.
Wow.
So this is how they just got thousands and thousands and thousands of people into the system.
And you provide all this information to ORA?
Yes, we did.
And to ORA,
to the special prosecutor
as well?
Yes.
Okay, so then you are...
was a woman that was a pass and would image the cotier and send a buy. Now no comment no me. Our comment section. I met pray. I can Nina Eddie Amo. Aha, Ghanatube for the story as usual. I was there for my crown.